We always say that experience is a great teacher. And many times you gain your experience by your own mistakes. But experience is a great teacher if it is somebody else's, because then you don't have to do those mistakes. And for that, it is so important to have a mentor or especially coach for your business, so that he will show you the shortcut for any business success, so that you don't have to keep on inventing all the pathways and keep on doing all those things on your own. The coach is there, he will show you, he has paved the pathway. And who can be better than Steve Field? Because he will tell you the clear messaging. He will do business coaching, but the messaging is so important. And without me going into details about messaging and clarity of the business and all, why not to hear from the expert? So let me invite Steve. Steve, welcome on the podcast.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so sure. So I'm really eager to know more about, because I came across with so many business coaches, but very few really put emphasis on messaging, and messaging is so important. So I want to hear from you. Many times people just get started into the business and they don't have really definite purpose. They don't have anything in mind. They just want to start a business. They just want to make money. There is nothing clear, anything about any process. So you tell me why you should start a business with some kind of definite purpose. Means, what is the reason?
Absolutely. I just finished doing a 3-hour workshop. I do it every month. It's called the ABCs of Starting a Business. So this is the perfect segue into this, because these are people who are wanting to start a business and they think they have an idea, but they don't even know if that's a real idea or where should I even start. So what we're trying to do in these workshops is you have to have a solid plan, make it a viable business. Is this something you're passionate about? Because if you're not passionate about it, no one else will be. And then we also talk about who's your target market. And don't say everyone, because everyone is not your target market. I'm sorry to say. And I hear
Actually,
that a lot.
if you're trying to sell it to everybody, you are selling nobody.
Exactly. I mean, I've had people argue. It's like, well, I'm selling women's shoes. It's like, everyone is not your target market. Why do you everyone?
Mhm.
So knowing who your market is, what are their problems and how are you solving them? And then put it in a way to communicate to them, because you have to speak to them, not to yourself. And it's not about you, it's about them. And I see this with small business owners. They're like, well, I graduated, I got all these degrees, I did all this stuff. I'll be honest, folks, no one really cares except you. Your client, your target market, what they're caring about is, can you solve my problem? That's what they're coming to you for. And they want that answer. And if it's not you, they move on to the next person. So that's why your message has to be so crystal clear. You really have to know your business, and you have to know your purpose, who you're serving, and why you're serving them.
But many times people get scared that, okay, I means basically clarify my niche. It is totally narrow. Then how can I get more clients? Because if the segment is so narrow, so then what can you say in that case?
You know what? The world is a big place. We are globalized nowadays. You can niche down to the smallest thing. Don't get it so confined that there's only one out of every 100 million people that would want your service. But let's say when someone was in the class today, they said they're a fitness trainer, and it was like, well, who is your real target market? And he, of course, gave us the almost everyone range. And we had to go, no. If there was only one kind of person you would work with who brought in money for your business, who would that person be? What'd they look like? What are their problems? And he just rattled it right off. He goes, someone between 40 and 50 years old, hitting probably that stage in life where your body starts changing. They want to bring back their old body. And we just sat there and looked, there's your target market. Don't go anywhere else. And he goes, but what about everyone else? And it's like, let's get this one right first. Then as you build your business, then you go like to moms that just had babies, because they want to get their bodies in shape because he did that too. It's like, don't focus there yet. Focus on this as this business gets up and running, because you're going to have plenty of market there. Then add another segment to it, but not try to be 3 or 4 things right now.
I actually came across one example, fitness trainer you mentioned. So this lady, she was a yoga teacher. And she also said everybody needs yoga, everybody should do yoga and all. And finally, she actually narrowed down her niche and she taught only to do how to do handstand. And just with that niche, she made 7-figure launch. So,
yeah, I know a yoga instructor only works with women over 55. If you're under 55, male or female, she will not take you on. And the reason is her business is so busy. And she caters to that market and she knows it so well. And there's a great way of niching down. And she gets people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s coming to her all the time. She refers them to some other studio and they give her a referral fee. So because she knows I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm not going to be everything to everybody. And she's, oh, yeah, just like you said, 7 figures. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's really great. So can you give example of a message that really speaks directly to the customer?
Yeah, one thing, I mean, like one of my main target market is CPAs, accountants. So you think, oh, wow, they're great business people. Well, they're actually great with numbers. They're not great business people. There's a difference. So they have 5 main problems. And I know those 5 main problems. So when I'm talking to them, I talk to them about, I know your problems and I rattle them off. And they always go, how do you know this? And then I go, well, here's the solution. And I just rattle off like 3 simple how I solve that. Do I say I'm solving all of them? It's like, no, because some of them you have to go a little deeper. But I mean, one of their biggest problem is finding and retaining employees. And so I've done that so many times with so many CPAs. I have a whole program, a protocol system for it. So when I say here, I got a whole system on how to source them, onboard them, retain them, and go on. They're all like, so I could see this. I go, hey, you could see it. It's tangible, but we're going to work on it together because it takes work. And then that sets me apart from everyone else who says, yeah, I can find you an employee. That's not what they want. They want someone to be with them for a long time and have that certain skill, which is very difficult.
So how is the most marketing done in the business world? How is the most marketing done?
I think it depends on the industry.
Okay.
So someone like a national food chain they're just bombarding you with ads all the time, everywhere. TV, cable, radio, streaming, you name it, they're bombarding you because that's how they have to market. But say your local area, I say focus on your community first, because I'm big into helping owner operators. So what I've done, and I still do, is get involved in the local community, your local chamber. Guess what? You're now in an organization with other business owners who want to grow their business. They're probably needing something that you have, or you need something that they have. That's a great start. Social media presence, I think you have to have that nowadays. You have to be online, but have it with a purpose, not just posting to be posting. And don't sell your stuff every 5 seconds. Oh my gosh. Give it some heart, give it some soul. Talk to your people. And then you're thinking, well, a whole bunch of other people are going to see my message. Great. It might not, it may, resonate with them. It may not. Give you an idea. It's like years ago, I used to target insurance agency owners. And all my messaging was right for them, just right there. And then I woke up one day realizing I have a full slate of one-on-one coaches or clients, and not one of them is an insurance agent. So I'm thinking, what's going on here? Everything I said, it's insurance agency owner. So I just simply asked them, why did you hire me? And they said, it was your message spoke to me. I ignored insurance agent, but your message spoke to me. So I'm like, I learned a valuable lesson. So I scratched out insurance agency owner and put small business owner. Nothing changed. So that's targeting my market, and that's who I'm passionate about working with. But I always say, find your niche, find their problems, and find them. They're all around you. They're in your community. They're in your city, your state, your town, everywhere.
And you mentioned don't keep on selling, selling, selling. So I heard that formula. I'm just not sure. I just want to actually check with you that if you are doing, for example, email marketing, then 75% add value and then 25% selling. So is that any kind of set formula? So that formula works?
Yeah.
Okay.
Provide content. I mean, people want to consume content, and something might hit them like, oh, they're speaking to me now. But if it's a sales pitch, we are all the same. None of us like to be sold to. We like to buy on our terms.
Oh, yeah.
But let's say I'm getting your newsletter. I'll give an example. Years ago, I worked with a car dealership, and all his emails were here, buy our next car. Here's a sale, sale, sale. And I'm like, this has got to stop. Because no one's responding. They couldn't get any return on their investment. I said, let's come up with like, hey, it's spring, time to get your car maintenance checked because you're now going to go on trips. So we had a whole schedule throughout the year, and it was just about 1 to 2 paragraphs on tips, how to maintain your car. And the whole goal at the bottom is we're trying to keep you out of our service shop.
Oh, my goodness.
It was the opposite of what everyone else is doing.
Okay.
At the bottom of the email, that's where they had their specials and everything else. But people were now starting to react to the content because they were not selling anything. They were providing value to these people. And people were coming in like, how'd you hear about us? Well, I'm on your newsletter list. You really mentioned like wiper blades about 4 months ago, and I changed out my wiper blades and we had storms. It was the best timing ever. Thank you for reminding me. I mean, that kind of stuff. And they were shocked at the result.
Find a need and provide a solution. Find a need and provide a solution.
Yeah.
You don't need to keep on selling.
No. Give them content to help them in their business or their market or whatever, whoever your people are. Give them that content. And I know what you're thinking. Well, if I give it to them, they're not going to need me, right? That's far from the truth. They're going to do it themselves. And we're all the same. I'm guilty of it too. Hey, I could do this myself. I start doing it and I mess it up really bad. And now I need them to fix it.
So you also mentioned about the community. So how can someone get involved in the community? Means, yeah, you can be part of Chamber of Commerce, but then what about the networking? What can you do for the community? Means, so
oh, yeah, absolutely. Networking is always good. I think that's as much as, with COVID and everything, I think that's still going to be around because that's in personal connection with people. So you definitely have to network. One thing what I used to do in one of my businesses is I sponsored a local high school team.
Oh,
what
wow.
I did was give the school money, which they needed. They put a banner of my business in their gym, which was very big. And they took some of the money and they bought uniforms with it, with like a logo on it. But they needed all that stuff. And meanwhile, they're now my advertisers out in the community. So I would let them know when I went to their game, I'm here, and they would give me a plug. Well, that's being part of the community and supporting the community.
It's a win-win situation. Yeah.
Help others. You're a business owner, you're part of the community. Support other businesses and entities. There's nonprofits, you can volunteer. I don't know how many times I've volunteered for a nonprofit and gave them money, and next thing I know, I'm a sponsor. So they're talking about me to everyone, but here I am trying to help, their cause, and that's getting involved in the community.
And
Same thing, buying local, buy from your local people, support each other.
And you also mentioned about the social media. So social media, is it for messaging or it is just for the social proof? So some testimonial. So what is your outlook about social media?
I believe everyone, if you're going to use social media, have a plan with it, not just post to be posting. Like I mentioned, it's like, just don't post about you and what you're selling. Put some articles, like something like, if you were my client and you had a great testimonial, I would want to get it on video. Then I'll post that. Here's what one of our clients said. Didn't say anything about me. I'm letting someone else talk about me. Another thing is, give some tips out. Hey, I'll use that car example again. You can post about, hey, saw in the news, storms are coming next week. Make sure your tire pressure is at this and check your wiper blades. Here's how to do that. And take them off of that to like a video on how to do this that you created. And you're thinking, well, why would I do that? Because now they're going to do it themselves. Well, look at your business. Are you going to really want to have someone come in to just change their wiper blades out? Yeah, you're going to make a couple bucks. But if you give them that tip and they can just go to the local store and buy wiper blades and change it out in 5 minutes, don't they think you're now a hero?
Oh, yeah, sure.
They're gonna have you at the top of mind when they need that car or when they need a service. So, give out those little tips. You're not going to go on how to fix your whole engine, but little teeny things that someone could do on their own. Let them do it. Show your expertise. Give it away. And that's giving why you are the expert.
So you mentioned about the ideal customer profile, and you also mentioned the CPAs are really good for you. So who else is your ideal customer as such?
Yeah, I mean, I've been focusing a lot on CPAs, but I still work with a lot of small business owners. And the reason is that's where my passion lies. I've learned that over the years. If they own and operate their business, you have my heart. I love you being in the business because I've seen the failure rate of small business owners in the world is astronomical. And when you really look at the world economy, 96% of all businesses in the world are technically a small business. So they are a backbone of all of our economies in the world. We need to support them and get them up because they're putting their life on the line, their home, their family, all this on the line to chase a dream. So that's why my passion lies there. And I want to see them succeed and build a business that one day they can actually sell.
See, my audience is mostly actually entrepreneur and entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to get started into a business, or if someone is newly getting started into business, what is your message? What should they do first?
See, I actually have a program for those people too, because I've learned over the years, because people have come to me like, I just started the business. What do I do? And I started hearing that need because they are still owner operators. They're entrepreneurs now. And it's like, I really want them to come off with the right foot, with the right knowledge, the right experience. So I created actually a do-it-yourself program just for them, and it's automated, but it has tools and resources for them. Because, folks, I'm telling you, these entrepreneurs, you're leaving that job that you think you can make a better mousetrap because you're an engineer, but you don't realize you work for a company who handled the marketing, the accounting, the HR, the materials, the ordering, the inventory, and all this other stuff. You weren't exposed to any of that. So business is a total new thing to you, and that it's going to be overwhelming because you want to build a better mousetrap. Meanwhile, you're trying to figure out accounting, which you shouldn't be doing. Hire someone, believe me.
I know, because I always heard that just because you are a good chef doesn't mean that you are going to have a good restaurant, because it is a totally different ball game.
So true. You can be the world's greatest employee, does not mean you're going to be a good business owner, an entrepreneur. So true.
So basically they can hire, they can outsource. What other advice you can give them?
Oh yeah. I mean, I can do my own accounting. I love numbers. I can do it. I understand them. I'm comfortable with it. I can do it all. But do I want to do it? And is that where my time should be spent? And just like you're shaking your head, no, it's not. I should be getting that off my plate to someone who could do it in half the time. And it's going to be actually cheaper for me because I'm going to spend my time doing it and I could pay them a lot less per hour.
Yeah, absolutely right. Anything which is repetitive and which is time consuming, I have been outsourcing, and
Oh,
that
yeah.
frees up lot of time. And you mentioned about your do it yourself program. What other programs do you have? Means, do you have various levels of programs depending on their needs? So, will you please elaborate more on your programs, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely the do-it-yourself, automated, so they can get a video once a week. Because I only want them to work on this many things at once. Because we cannot eat the elephant in one bite. We can eat a bite at a time. So that, and then I have group coaching. A lot of people love that environment. It's amazing the magic that happens. I have one-on-one coaching, private coaching. So those are for the people, the businesses that they might have quite a few employees, but they really want help in all areas of their business. And we focus on one thing at a time. And then I also have mastermind groups. So those are for like those, I want to say they're at a different level. Like they've already been in business for a while. They want to take, I hate using take it to the next level because what is that?
Yeah, means if they're at six figure, they want to go to seven figures and all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
then they
it's like,
need a
okay,
mastermind.
are they at low six, mid six, high six? It's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, but they want to like double, triple their business. They have a bigger vision for their business. And guess what? Being in the same room of exact same people like them from different industries, I have learned so much. And I know I'm not going to know everything. And I'm always learning. And having those kind of different levels, I learn at every single level.
So, if anyone wants to contact you, how can they contact you? Because you have various levels of programs, and I assume you have groups and community and everything so that they support each other and they feed on each other. But if someone wants to contact you, is there any way how can they contact you, or you have any gift for our audience? So, will you please tell us more about that?
Sure. Yep. They can all contact me through Biz Coach Steve. That's BIZ coachsteve.com. And then as a gift, I have a great book. It's called 45-Minute Business Breakthrough. So it just shows 8 simple strategies that you can put in your business right now, today, without spending more money on marketing or advertising. So I always tell people when they get the book, find one that really like, ooh, I like this one. And just do the one. Don't do all 8 at once, please. Do the one and tweak it and test it. And it's amazing how it'll make changes in your business right away.
You know, from the beginning, you have been talking about them, how you can serve them, how can you give them the message and all. But still, we want to hear more about you because you have a really proven track record. You had so many companies, so many business. Tell us more about that because we want to know more about you also. I know you want to put your eyes on other people, you want to help them, you want to serve them, but we want to know more about you also. So please tell your background, which I should have addressed from the beginning. But you have been so much into the giving mode. So we never addressed that point. So please tell us more about your background.
Sure. As you can see where my passion lies to help those business owners. But yeah, I have owned and operated 7 businesses and turned around 3 others
Oh, wow.
and worked with hundreds and hundreds of business owners on all levels. And like I said, I did the workshop today. I do that for a nonprofit. That's part of my pro bono. To me, part of my model was I will always do this. And I've done that workshop for 6 years, 2 to 3 times a month. And those are the people, those entrepreneurs are just starting off. I want to see them start off on the right foot.
So
I've also written 8 books all about business for small business owners. So it helps you everything from financial statements. So you don't have to be a CPA or MBA, all the way to like your digital media. What is it? How do I start on it? Have a plan. So yeah, I'm definitely, and I love business and I love helping others. And I have multiple coaches underneath me as well. So that I'm always looking to build my business. And that's how I scale. And I got coaches with various expertises from, well, it's going to be, I think after next week, it's going to be now in four different continents.
Oh,
Three
wow.
continents. Yeah. So I have
Wow.
North America, I have Australia, and I think I'll have Africa.
All
coming on
right.
board.
That is amazing. So you are giving away one of your books. That is the great gift. I really appreciate. But if someone wants to attend your workshop, personally, I wanted to attend today, but I couldn't because I was my timetable was full. I want to attend your next workshop, and even someone from audience, so how can where can they find more information about your upcoming workshop?
Yeah, I hold a workshop every month called The 3 Biggest Lead Generating Mistakes and How to Avoid Them.
Okay, that's the needed for everyone.
But I also give tips, not just those 3 mistakes and how to avoid them. Here's some other ways to really market your message and get it out there. So I'm throwing in some bonuses like that. And that one can be found at bizcoachsteve.com/masterclass.
Okay, so we can pre-register and we can attend next time.
And that's
So
all virtual because I get people from all over the world joining.
Oh
us.
yeah, in 4 continents means that's amazing. Sure, it cannot be in person. That is really great. So, do you want to say anything in closing? Any special message, or if you want to add something, if you want to elaborate on any particular point, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I would say to tell everyone, if you're starting off that business, definitely always ask for help. I learned that the hard way in one of my businesses, and I had to close the doors because I thought I could do it all myself.
Yeah, that is the solopreneur. Yeah.
Believe me, there's plenty of people out there who can help you, mentor you, guide you, advise you, coach you, whatever you need. Just reach out for help and don't wait till it's too late.
Okay. Thank you. We really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for blessing our community, and thanks a lot. Really great tips. Means in half an hour, if you can cover so much, I can just imagine what you must be covering your 3-hour free workshop. And I can't wait to attend that workshop. And I really urge even my audience to surely go ahead and attend it. Lead generation for any business, that is the most needed thing. And avoiding mistakes, yeah, that will cut short the time, and yeah, you will be successful even faster. We really appreciate. Thanks for coming on our podcast channel, and thanks for blessing our audience. We really appreciate, and we are looking forward to make use of your gifts and attending your upcoming workshop. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, and I just wish
Yeah.
everyone the best success in their businesses.
Thank you.